Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for joining me. Before I get into the message today, I want to let you guys know that behind the scenes, I've been working very hard on some things. So last year, a lot of you guys saw my creative process kind of come together when I put the Soul Portal out into the public. But I've been going through a similar process for the last several months, and I'm excited very soon to bring something forward to you guys. And, it's a great honor to be making tools to support you guys in your work. And I want to talk a little bit about that creative process and why it's important for you and I as old souls to pursue creativity. And, you're a creator. You came here to create. You came here to create from a certain perspective that you've never experienced before. And as you create, you better the environment and the world around you, but you also get closer to getting to the bottom of who you really are. So your guides will spend a lot of time and resources prompting you with creative pursuits with the understanding that as you create, and like we talked about a few videos, the frequencies broadcasting from your field as you create are super transformative. But as you create, you get closer to who you are or to examining who you are from a very, very new perspective that you've never experienced before. So if your guides and your angels are prompting you with a creative itch, it's important that you capitalize on that because there is something else that is meant to springboard just simply by the act of beginning a creative pursuit. And I want to tell you what I mean by that. I want to tell you from my own personal experience. So this product I'm making, or if I am being prompted to sit down and write an article, they will give me an impression or they will instill in me a vision of what I should create, and they'll do it just enough to get me excited to sit down in front of the computer and put my fingers on the keys, or to go down into my little workshop and play around and experiment with some things. But very rarely is the end result of that creative pursuit anywhere near the original vision that was being given that got me to the desk to do the work. And that will be the case with many of you. Many of you are in situations where, you have this job that you're looking to get out of, or you're looking to be a better provider for your children and your family, or just for yourself. The guides will give you the prompting to express your creativity, and sometimes it feels like it's too small. Or sometimes they will prompt you with a creative pursuit and it feels like it's too big for you, that there's, too much to bite off for you to actually create the momentum that gets you, interested in the experience. But whatever it is that they're prompting you with, make sure that you follow through with it, whether it is big or it is small, because that might be the pathway or the opening that they need to give you the clearer vision, or to bring the bigger vision into the forefront, or to have you cultivate and establish the confidence and worthiness that you are a creator, which opens up, different things for you to get yourself into. And some of you are experiencing some blocks in this area. Some of you are feeling very limited in these areas. But one thing that I know about this experience on Earth is that it's very likely that you came here to experience limitation. You came here to experience limitation that would propel you into brand new avenues of creation. You gave away everything that you were. You decided that creation was how you would remember who you were, and on the other side of that, you gain a much clearer vision of who you are and what this universe is about. So coming from nothing and creating your way into everything, I know that those are stories that the soul loves to tell. And I know that creating new things can be hard. Creating new things can be scary, but honestly, we should be looking for scary and hard things to be doing. We should be looking for hard things to be investing our time in. And something that really changed my life a little bit ago If you do not choose your discomforts will choose you. So choose wisely and make sure that the discomforts that you choose are discomforts that eventually end up with, beautiful things coming from them. And there's plenty of that to go around. Okay, and yeah, I wrote an article that I'm releasing alongside this video. It might actually come out the day before, but that will be in the description below. This article, it was called Angel Partnerships. And something you should know about angel partnerships and why it's important for you to be aware of the partnerships is because often the partnership requires you on your end of it to observe the reality, identify imbalances, and then calling forward the angelic force that can take corrective measures to help whatever the situation is. So just like you and I, we have our strengths and our weaknesses. Those angels that we're invoking usually have certain things that they specialize in, or they have certain clearances that they've been given to come to this place and, certain work that they can do. So in the angel partnerships that you're forming, it's important as you go to build an understanding of what the do's and don'ts are, to kind of establish within yourself who can do what and who would be appropriate to call forward for help in what situation has manifested. So for example, a lot of light workers have a tremendous amount of work that's being done on them while they're sleeping at night. And sometimes we pick up on the work that's being done, but we don't always perceive visually the ones that are doing the work. So it can feel a little bit scary. We can sometimes see shadow figures. Sometimes our body doesn't respond in the way that it should. Sometimes we have weird symptoms while we're sleeping, or we feel this kind of like a busy kind of an energy. So what I used to do is I used to call forward Archangel Michael. And this was at a time when, my third eye wasn't open and I didn't really understand what was going on behind the scenes. So what I would do is I would call Archangel Michael forward just to help me alleviate any fear that might be going on. So did Archangel Michael come forward with his sword and, cut down an army of negative beings that were attacking me? No, that's not really what happened. What happened was Archangel Michael come forward and comforted me because there were some things that I didn't know about or understand. So fear was removed, and it was done very efficiently and very effectively. If I'm having trouble coming from the heart, if I'm having trouble feeling grounded and anchored in my body, well then I might call forward Archangel Hainiel. If I'm working on my third eye, if I'm working on my energy body and my spiritual systems, I might call forward Archangel Raziel or Uriel. It's important to know the tools and resources that are at your disposal, and it's important to know that those tools and resources require you reaching a certain level of consciousness and then, having the spiritual strength to wield the tool and direct it to wherever it's needed. But I want to present you with an idea. We do our work with our angels. We'll work with the angel of compassion, or we'll see something in the world and we will call for the angel of protection. Well, I want to ask you, what are you the angel of? What is your strength as a light worker? What is your strength as a light worker, and how does it affect other kinds of light workers? So we are all in this together, but there are different relationships between different kinds of light workers. So are you an angel of healing? Are you an angel of change, like me? Are you an angel of information? Are you an angel of guidance, cord cutting, everything that there is out there? Establish what your strengths are and play to your strengths. Identify the weaknesses of your enemy and target those weaknesses and take advantage of them. And employ the right members of your team to accomplish the task at the highest level. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, you guys. I will see you very soon. Goodbye.